Now, y'all already know what time it is. It is time for the mess, so let's get into it, you guys. What is going on, you guys? It's be your boy Scotty by Nature TV, and we're here for a brand new episode of Yes for the Mess, where we talk about celebrity gossip, hot topics, and all things reality TV based. I hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful Tuesday, and I plan on doing the exact same. What's going on, you guys? Now, before we get into today's mess, let's talk about what we got coming up on the horizon. Let's start off with this. Boys Night Out is coming back. Okay, we have taken us a long ass break. Okay, the show started, I think, last August. We ended at the top of the year. And now we're going to be back late August, early September. So we'll be back later in the summer. We will be having our very first production meeting in July, where we're going to be discussing, changing, the theme music, the games that we play, just talking about the format. Because every time we come back with Boys Night Out, we always want to bring the show back fresh and new, something brand new, something, something different every time we come back. And this is going to be our fourth season. And the show is now 2 years old. Cannot believe it's been 2 years since Boys Night Out was created and started. So thank you guys for tuning in. And yes, we will be back this summer, okay? Also, make sure you guys tune in to the Chasing Dallas panel with me, T, Jamar, Carl, Jeremy, and Tramil. We'll be back to talk about the Chasing Dallas reunion. So be on the lookout for that. It's going to be a fun time, a fun time. And I don't have it up here, but there will be a panel with myself, Rodney, and Mims. Okay, we will be doing, because me and Mims did a panel with Aaron talking about our top 5 greatest housewives in our own opinion, basically our favorite housewives or whatnot. We did that with House of Aaron, but now me and Mims have come together this time to do this with Rodney the Voice, and we're going to be doing our top 5 least favorite housewives. The least favorite ones, the ones that we really didn't see, didn't see it for. Y'all gonna be shocked by my list, because I'm pretty sure y'all already got it all up in y'all minds of who gonna be on my list. But it ain't gonna be. It may be some people that you think, but it's not gonna be what you think, because we're talking about all across the board. There are some housewives shows that I've reviewed in the past, but didn't finish them out. There are some that I've never reviewed, but I watched them early on with my mama, because my mama watched all of the housewives, okay, like all of them. So sometimes you sit there and watch them with her. So there's some shows that I ain't never reviewed, but I didn't like them folks on the show. So I ain't even made out my list yet. I got to be very, very particular about who I'm gonna put on my list. But I know that my list is not gonna be what people think it is, okay? Point blank, period. But I can't wait for you guys to see. Rodney already sent me his list, and I was pleasantly surprised by his. Now I'm waiting on Mims to send his list. So we're gonna see what it's gonna give, but it's gonna be June 8th at 8/7 Central. So make sure you guys tune in to that. So with that being said, we're about to go ahead and get into the mess, and we're here to cover Kandi's Speak On It, honey. Okay, that's what we're here to talk about today. We're gonna listen to her speak on it. We're gonna do a play-by-play. We're gonna do our own commentary to this shit, and we're gonna listen to what she got to say, honey. Because listen, it's a lot to be said. She talks about Marlo. She talks about Courtney. She gonna get into the mess. Okay, so we about to go ahead and get into it right now. So let's go ahead and get this thing running and jumping right now. Okay, we got to get it running and jumping. Okay, there you go. So right now, we're gonna do a little bit of commentary in between time. We're gonna let this thing play, let her say her piece, and then we're gonna stop it for talking points. Okay, y'all already know what it gives over here, so let's get into it, y'all. Let's hear Kandi on Speak On. I'm about to get into this thing. Let's get into it.
To be honest with y'all, last week's episode, I was a little irritated. You saw a little bit of the back and forth between Courtney and I, but it was more. I was going in on her ass because I did not like the fact that she was coming to them saying, I brought the ghetto out to, she was talking about a restaurant here in Atlanta.
For the record, the spot she's talking about was already ghetto. The spot not ghetto like that, but it was already rappers and urban people coming there. That's really what made it pop like that. Because I was going to the whole block. It's a whole block. I was going to the whole block. And it was that until the rappers and the entertainers of Atlanta started going there, and then it popped.
And she was saying after I put up my post, the next week it became the crowd was just ghetto or whatever. If wasn't nobody coming to that restaurant, and all of a sudden you are saying that everybody that came after came because of me, and that's how you decided that the rest of the restaurant became ghetto because of me, well then nobody else must be going. Nobody else was going, I assume. for you to assume that everybody that came after came because of me. You need to be happy that people came to support, came to buy something, came to get something to eat, because clearly I had to be the only one to show up then if my tweets was the one that brought everybody out after. That's how I'm looking at it. I'm like, how do you make even any sense whatsoever? I'm from the hood. Girl. Well, people will not like you talking down on them. And I don't like when people do that. They do that fake ass, I'm classy, I'm above everybody else. And, oh my gosh, ooh, the people from the hood, ooh, she's ghetto.
She didn't call you ghetto. She said your followers were ghetto.
One thing that I really loved, one of the people online said, Kandi, yep, you ghetto, you get to the bag. I feel like you're supposed to show everybody respect and show everybody love, especially when people come to support you, right? And it's all about respecting each other no matter where we came from. And if she so-called came from the ghetto, like she said, then you should have respect from other people who came from where you came from. And I don't even understand. Like,
ghetto.
I just don't like that comment. I don't like that comment at all. You're discriminating against a group of people that came from, access to different income levels than other people, right? So are you trying to look down on them?
How does she know where they're from?
That's the other part. Because I was sitting there like, okay, what are you saying exactly? That's why I told her, I was like, bitch, I bring everybody out. And then after she started talking about she was from the ghetto, I was like, well, I guess I brought you out too. I brought you out, bitch.
Ghetto.
Because I'm like, how does that even make sense? You from the ghetto, but you want to talk about, they're from the ghetto. And then, which leads me to this week's episode.
What's going on in Old Lady Game? What happened? Maybe it's just.
Now, before we get into this part about Marlo, I agree with every single morsel of what Kandi had to say. Because here's my thing about the situation. If you from the ghetto, like you claim you are, then why are you using the emphasis on the crowd that she brought was a little bit ghetto? It's ghetto. It's the same thing that Nene brought when Kandi first came on the show. And, Nene was in her confessional, as funny as it was. Nene was in her confessional saying, Kandi just a little bit ghetto to me. A little bit ghetto, a little bit hood, all that stuff. But she the one with the biggest mouth, the one that gives a whole lot of hood shit. But yeah, you want to come down on somebody else because they are quote unquote ghetto. If you come from the hood, if you come for the ghetto, why are you sitting up here trying to use ghetto in a derogatory way if that's where you came from? I got plenty of friends that come from the hood. Hell, my family come from the damn hood. A lot of my daddy's cousins and stuff like that, they come from the projects. So what I look like looking down on somebody else that come from the projects? Like, when the majority of my daddy family come from the projects or the trailer park. They come from either one. So what do I look like looking down on somebody else for that? Like, if you really, really, really from the hood or the ghetto as you proclaim, then why are you sitting up here looking down on other people? You know what I mean? And if you from the hood or the ghetto, just like Kandi said, then she must have brought your ass out then if that's the damn case. So if you're going to shade somebody and if you're going to put somebody on blast for whatever, then you need to know what the hell you talking about, because you sounded completely stupid when you did that. You sounded dumb and you sounded stupid when you did that. You're trying to be shady and you're trying to be funny, but in the same breath, you're trying to retract some of the shit that you're saying because you sound stupid. Courtney, go somewhere and sit your ass down. But anyway, let's get back into the speak on it.
Is it security? Maybe she needs.
Maybe it's the culture that she creates.
That's the culture I create. I create a winning culture. That's what I create. I create a very supportive culture. I'm at a loss of words because it just annoys me. Like, they annoy me. I am glad that I did not have time to sit on that bus and ride to Alabama with their ass.
Kandi had a prior commitment to the Ebony Power 100.
Because I already know it would have got set off, especially if I would have had to hear about the stupid ass argument that Marlo had with Drew.
Somebody was saying that it was a fight between Drew and Marlo. She was just very upset with Drew.
You weren't even there with me. So what happened with me?
Hold on, Marlo, you talking over me.
I can talk over you.
Oh, it would have been set off in that little bitty ass space. Basically, if you want to know where I was and what I was doing, I had concerts that weekend. And I was amongst the list of the Ebony Power 100. And the Ebony Power 100 is Ebony Magazine. They come up with this exclusive list of the top 100 people that are at the top of their game in each field, whether it's, music, entertainment, business, all these different areas. And they have, a list of 100. I was super excited about being a part of that, to be celebrated with the other people who were a part of that. So that is where I was. It's not that I did not want to support my friend Kenya. I wanted to support her. I love her. But that was one of those moments that's not going to happen again. Well, I'm not going to say that I would never make the list again. I'm just saying it's not like it happens every day. So was I there instead of on that bus to Alabama? Yes. Did that make me a bad friend? No. Now, back to Marlo's ass. I feel like this storyline that she's going with is feeling very made up, exaggerated, a stretch, very much so in need of drama with somebody on the show to make herself relevant. Said, hey, let me go for Kandi. You know.
And I think we all feel that way. I think we all feel like that. I think we all feel like this ain't nothing but a ploy for her to have some drama, have a storyline, have a reason to go after somebody else on the show. I mean, and the primary person that she wants to choose is her Candy Yams, the one that she's known for so many years, all that other stuff. Like, that's what it's giving me. That's what it's giving me. I agree with Kandi 100% on that. Like, it's a whole reach. Everything about this story, everything about this thing that she's talking about is a reach. Like, she's going back many years ago to pick out something that is going to, like, just picking out anything, and it don't make no sense. If you're going to pick something out to go after somebody with, at least make it make sense. And it's not making any sense at all to me or to nobody else. It ain't making no sense. It's just not making no sense. And you have to pick it. You have to figure it out, honey. You're really gonna have to figure it out because it ain't working. It's just not working. It ain't working at all. It's not making any sense, child. It's just not. But we're gonna continue to let Kandi talk. So let's get into it.
So I feel like anytime you win in life, you're doing big things, they always want to tear you down and try to find a way to make the people mad at you.
I had to stop it there because that was a good point. Anytime you are winning in life, people want to try to tear you down and then try to make other people look at you a certain type of way. I definitely understand that. That's exactly where I am today, right now. But this ain't the video for that. I don't want to make this no video about that. I don't want to get off topic, but that comment resonated with me because I've been seeing it every single day for the last month now. I've been seeing that shit, and it ain't no lies being told right there. So shout out to Kandi for that. I took that comment and I put it on my damn Instagram post because it's everything about that is true. But go ahead. We're going to get more into Kandi. Let's listen.
So
what is the storyline? Like, what is the thing? Is the storyline that you're not a friend and you didn't check on her? Like, what is
okay. Yeah, I was confused about what she was trying to make the story. So at first, when it was brought back to me, because it hasn't been, you haven't seen when they told me about it, but when I first caught wind of it, I was told like she was trying to say that the person who her nephew was worked at Old Lady Gang or something like that, and that is why she was triggered with our conversation when Drew didn't mention, which I was like, wait, what? Because first of all, the person never worked at Old Lady Gang, to be clear. Her nephew did work at Old Lady Gang for a short period of time during the pandemic, to be clear. Oh, Lord. So just to be clear, we hired her nephew November 19, 2019. I did meet him because we have an annual Christmas party for our staff in December. So I did meet him then at the Christmas party. I didn't really see him that much after that because the pandemic started in March, in which we were shut down.
Well, we were in California for Masked Singer. You were gone.
Oh, right. That's the other thing, y'all. I also, right after the Christmas party, I went to LA for a few months. Well, for like 2 months to do the Masked Singer, as you all know. I wasn't even in Atlanta. I wasn't around her nephew. I did not see him. So after that Christmas party, I didn't see him no more. And then when I did get back home, Atlanta was shut down before the pandemic. So from March, and we didn't open back up until mid-May. He did come back and work for us in June. July, he left again. I'm just telling you, those are real dates. You know, I always come with facts and receipts. Did I know her nephew well? No, I did not. When people come to work at a restaurant, I don't really know what's going on in their life. A lot of people that we've employed hundreds, well, maybe 1,000 people through all the different restaurants at this point. Do I know what happens in all of their lives? No, especially during that time. I was trying not to be in the restaurant that much during that time. When somebody starts working with us, I don't know what's going on in their life. But I will tell you, because she also tried to put on this thing. Like last week, I saw how they tried to show a clip. She tried to say, I don't like to show nothing, which is a motherfucking lie. I've been showing my life the entire time I've been on the show. Okay. Now, what happened was, because I screenshot it just so you guys know. And I saw how she tried to lead you to believe something different with her text that like I just didn't care, which was not true. Pause the TV if you don't believe. But actually, we're going to put the text up for you guys on the screen so you can read it real good for yourself. She said to me, Kandi Yams, with the exclamation, Kandi Yams, did you have a guy named working for you at Old Lady Gang? This is August 13th, 2020. I said, I can't remember. I will check. She said, please do. I wrote her back, yes, but he doesn't work there anymore. I wasn't dismissing her nephew. I didn't even know it was her nephew when she first said it. I'm just saying, yes, but he doesn't work there anymore. Then she writes back, wow, that was my nephew. He got last night. I said, oh, really? What? With a whole bunch of question marks and exclamations. I was like, how? She said, his mom just said he worked there. And then she writes back, roommate him twice. I said, damn, I'm sorry to hear that.
You said sorry.
Yeah, I said, damn, I'm sorry to hear that.
They said you didn't say sorry, not even a sorry.
No, she's lying.
What would you have said?
I'm sorry.
I did say I was sorry to hear that, but at the end of the day, he wasn't working for us anymore. I didn't really know him I didn't even really know him by name, to be honest with you. When she said that, I was just like, okay, I'm sorry to hear that. And that was that. A couple of days later, before the funeral, might I add, because I saw they put the funeral thing on the screen. The funeral was on the 20th, but on the 18th, she texted me to ask me to check out, to join her on Cameo, which I don't know, a lot of you may already know. Cameo is an app where, celebrities, you can make videos or messages for you, and, people pay for that, right? But basically, we get people to sign up under us, and we get a percentage of that person's fee. So she's texting me, trying to get me to join under her on Cameo. That was her next conversation with me after our last, which was about, finding out that her nephew. So it's like, if you text me a couple of days later, it's like, yeah, girl, I want you to join under Cameo under me. Her exact words. I was chatting with the Cameo team, and they mentioned they had some requests for you. They were going to reach out, but I've been using Cameo a lot, and I love it. So I thought it'd be better coming from me. You can use my code Marlo Hampton to sign up, or I can connect you with the Cameo team if you have questions. So I know that part was probably a copy paste that she sent to everybody. But then she sent me another text to say,
She's trying to get commission.
oh yeah, she wanted commission. Meant to send the last link, easy lunch money, if you're not already signed up. Okay, that was the next message that she sent to me. After that, we was hanging out at, I think that was the same year that Cynthia got married, so she sent me something else about Cynthia's wedding. But either way, my point is, she's acting this year, in 2023, like she was so distraught and so upset with me about me not sending flowers to her. But me and her have been talking, chit-chatting up, doing all kind of things since we had the conversation about losing her nephew.
So is she mad about, because that's why I'm like, what is she mad about? Because she said she was mad because you didn't care from the text.
Oh, yeah. No, I didn't even know nothing. Even when they showed the clip of her telling me about it, when they said footage that had never been shown, even in that, she never mentioned anything about the people working at Old Lady Gang or she never mentioned anything about him meeting somebody at Old Lady Gang and then they having something to do with his, because that is not true. The person who killed him, I went researching, I don't pull it up. I had done one to pull it up because I was like, why is she telling this story now? And she's never told me the story before. I've never heard anything about her saying anything about that person being somebody that he met at Old Lady Gang. She just said, they showed the clip. Now, all of a sudden, years later, she's making it seem like the person who, I hate to say that, but yes, the person that, she's trying to attach that person to me some kind of way. And I thought that was very foul of her. Like, I thought that was like.
It is foul. It is foul. And she's working this whole storyline to make you look bad. And that's the part that a lot of people aren't seeing, but there are some people that's not going to see it just simply because they don't like this woman. So they're simply a Nene and Phaedra and Portia fan. So they're not going to see it that way. But that's exactly what's going on here. Marlo is using this for her own personal gain. You know what I mean? And it's really disgusting because it's one thing for you to reach and try to make a storyline out of this and then be like, well, I ain't got nothing else to do. I don't want to show too much of my life, so I'm going to go for Kandi. So it's one thing that you're going for Kandi, but then you want to use this unfortunate incident that happened at her restaurant and try to use your dead nephew, as a ploy to make it seem like Kandi is responsible and all this other stuff, and then turn around and say, well, my family don't like Kandi because she didn't reach out, or my family this, my family that, or this happened years ago and it's always bothered me. This shit happened at that point 2 years ago at that moment, because they started filming this shit last October. So your feelings been hurt all this time and you ain't said nothing, but now you want to say something. Marlo, that don't make any sense, and it is foul because you're trying to pin all of that on Kandi when she ain't got nothing to do with your nephew passing away, and the woman didn't even know your nephew. So what are you talking about? I never even seen you talk about this man, let alone you being all distraught about him passing away. Did you even know him like that? I mean, I'm just saying. It's foul. And you reaching for a storyline, you reaching for drama, you reaching to make this woman look bad. See, this is all you talking about. See, you talking about this woman don't never share her life, but we still don't know nothing about you. We know about your mug shots. We know about that. We know about you being a mom T. We know about your mama, but we don't know nothing else about you. We know a lot about Kandi and then some. We don't know nothing about you. And it's okay that we didn't know nothing about you at first because you were a friend of the show. So it's only so much you can give. But you a peach holder now, honey. Let us know more that we don't know. But you don't want to do that. So you think coming for people, creating unnecessary drama, dragging people's names, all that other stuff, you think that's necessary for a storyline. You think that that's necessary to stay on this show. It ain't necessary. It really isn't necessary. It is really ridiculous that you even doing that. But it's okay though. It's okay though because you think the shit is cute. It ain't cute at all, Marlo. You need to stop doing it for real, because it ain't cute. Stop. It ain't right. What you're doing is really messed up. And you know that is messed up. But it's okay, though. It's okay. Let's continue on with Kandi. Let's continue.
It's like, first of all, y'all, we all know we trying to do our businesses and be successful in our own right outside of this show. So, we all, when you hate on each other's businesses, we know it, that really gets under each other's skin, whatever. But if you're going to hate on my business, can it be about some legit stuff? Like, don't go making up something. Don't go making up that the person that worked at my restaurant. Don't do that. Don't do that. Like, that's not cool. You never said that to me years ago when you tried to, when you claimed that you told me about the story. All of a sudden, and mind you, the stuff that happened with my cousin Melvin, that happened at Blaze. That was not an Old Lady Gang. So I don't even know how Old Lady Gang keep coming up in this conversation.
He was working for Old Lady Gang. What's going on at Old Lady Gang?
She is really trying to force a new storyline. Y'all done seen her.
You give me a foster child.
Don't start going back to your childhood.
I'm going too sweet.
No,
because,
you're not.
no, you was raised better.
2 to 3 more seasons since her nephew passed away. Y'all ain't never heard her mention it.
Even if we're not as close, we damn sure enough should be to where I can tell you how the hell I feel.
Katya from Raleigh, North Carolina said, Marlo, you said Kandi doesn't do anything for her community. But what do you do for your community?
So with Kandi, we're going to bump heads because she's used to a lot of, ass kissing. And that's not me. I'm going to be an amazing friend, but I'm going to tell you how I feel.
Now all of a sudden, she wants to say she's so triggered.
Where's it coming from? I'm confused.
And it's because I'm so just horribly unthoughtful and didn't get her and her family flowers.
I'm confused.
That's why I was like, are you kidding me?
First it was you acted like you didn't care when she told you. Then it's the flowers. Then it's it's
yeah, she's making it about the flowers now because then when she found out that the person didn't actually work at Old Lady Gang, she couldn't use that story anymore. So it was like all of a sudden now I got to make it about she didn't get us flowers. Oh, she's so horrible. She's so thoughtless.
Look, stick to that, baby, because Broadway ain't working out for you, and singing ain't working out for you. Stick to the truth. No. I just want to vent today. Y'all saw Mama Joyce. I'm tired. Kandi need to stop talking about me because I know with Kandi takes time. I mean, if I was a man, it probably wouldn't take as much time. Okay, I'm ready to go home, you guys, because as I say, Kandi Burruss never can talk about what she wants.
Why didn't you say?
I lost someone who was close to me as well, and it's triggering for me. But guess what? I'm calling you out. Kandi, who says she's worldwide and she helps the world, you've never helped me get my charges expunged. My nephew was by someone he met at Old Lady Gang, okay? So she never acknowledged it. Hold her accountable for what's going on at Old Lady Gang. My family is still sour with the taste of Kandi's name. They just wanted her to acknowledge Quentin's passing.
I feel like you're horrible. I think it's horrible of you to use your family's trauma from 2-3 years ago now to bring it up on this show to give yourself a storyline. Because to me, I know from losing someone in my life that's close to me, it's hard moving on, right? And once you start learning to, live in day by day and having better days, you don't want nobody to take you backwards. And it's like, you're trying to use this as a moment for television, but at the same time, you are opening a wound for your family. To me, that is horrible. You're talking about me and not sending you flowers. You using this as a storyline for your story for television, just so you can come up with a fake beef with me. That is horrible, man.
And I absolutely agree. I agree. Marlo is using this for a storyline, and she looks dumb trying to do this. She says that she's triggered, but when things are triggering to you, you don't want to talk about that. You don't want to bring that up. It's a lot of things that triggers me that I don't bring up. I don't want to bring it up because I know where it takes me. I don't want to talk about it. Marlo, you using this for your own personal gain. You ain't got nothing to talk about. So therefore, you're using this to try to paint this perception of this woman, and you're using this for a storyline for some fake beef with this woman. You know what I mean? So you ain't doing, while you sitting up here trying to malign this woman, you ain't doing nothing but maligning yourself. You're maligning yourself, sweet girl. You are maligning yourself. And at the end of the day, it's ridiculous to me. It's ridiculous to me. You want to sit up here and play games? It's ridiculous to me because you're sitting up here looking crazy. You sitting up here talking shit, and you're using your dead nephew as a way to push through with your peach and push through with your storyline. And it's not working. It's not working because that's the thing. Like you trying to so hard to go at her, but like Kandi said, you ain't doing nothing but open up a wound for not only yourself, but you and your family. And I'm pretty sure your family don't appreciate you talking about that man, that dead boy, on this damn show like that. I'm pretty sure they don't like that. So why you doing that? This is why I say Marlo is a complete idiot. She got this peach and she don't know how to act. She got this peach and she don't know how to act. She got this peach and still acting like a friend of the show. She don't know what to do with this damn peach. She think to keep herself on the show, she gotta create problems with people that ain't even there. And it make her look like a fool. The only people that's willing to take what Marlo was given is the people that are mad that their faves are not on the show. You see it all the time on Twitter. Those are the only people that's sitting up here going up for this bullshit. This is what this is. This is bullshit to me. That's why I don't really fuck with it like that. But we're going to continue on.
Horrible, ma'am. That is absolutely horrible. I feel for your family. I really do. It's very unfortunate what happened to him. I didn't really know him like that. And he was no longer working for us when that happened to him. I apologize if they felt like I should still have been checking in. There are some people who, no longer work for the company or whatever, that have gone through some things that, yeah, we may keep in touch with or whatever. Those are the ones that was like with us for years and years, right? Because, you really build a connection with them. But if you work at a company, let's just say any company, and you only was around a person 1 or 2 times out of the few months that they worked there, you're not really going to have a connection with them to know what happened or to be, be around their family or talking to their family about those things. And don't get me wrong. Yeah, she did bring it up in a text message, but it was like, yeah, did you know him? Oh yeah, that was my nephew. I'm like, oh damn, well, what happened? So for me, funeral ain't even happened yet. And you hit me up talking about joining on Cameo with you and helping make some money. Like, I don't know. Like, am I tripping? I don't know. Now, I know that I can be a little unattached or not as sensitive. I can be. But in this situation, I just felt like, ma'am, you are reaching. And I think more so than anything is because she ain't even mentioned it in the last 3 years until now.
Well, she had a scene where she wanted to film with you and her mom was just so happy to meet Kandi Burruss.
Hey, baby, come over here. Pleased to meet you, sweetheart.
How you doing?
Come on, give me a hug. I'm glad to meet you.
But the family hated you because you didn't send flowers, you didn't go to the funeral. But the mom,
I never got from the family that anybody hated me. Nobody made it seem like to me they had a problem with me.
Oh, the man, I've been with the man for 4 years. What did he do for you? He bought your house. Hey, baby, come over here. Pleased to meet you.
You all right?
Yes, I'm okay. I'm good. I wanted this to be a happy moment, Kandi, me, and my mom.
I was super nice to me when I met her. So I don't even understand. It's like now you're causing a beef between me and your family. It's like, wait, what? Like, you make no sense, lady. I hope your family see through you and see you for who you really are. I really hope they see what you're doing. What you are doing is using your family's trauma to make a moment for television.
Well, she's used her.
First of all, shout out to Jamie, aka House of Glam, because it be so, I know she don't be intending on being funny, but her ass be so damn funny in the background asking questions. That shit be fucking funny to me, okay? It be fucking hilarious. However, that's what I'm saying. You said that your family has this nasty taste in their mouth because of Kandi and the things that she's done and the fact that she didn't reach out and all that other stuff. You feel what I mean? You're saying that, but you introduce your mama to this lady. Your mama ain't got no problem. Your mama was happy to meet this lady. So which one is it? Why are you trying to create? Why are you stirring a pot with your family and this lady for? What is you doing that for, Marlo? Oh, because you ain't got nothing else to do. That's why you're doing that. Because you ain't got shit else to do but to star some shit. That's all you got to do is to star some shit. And you can't, and there's nothing else that can be said about that. All you want to do is star shit. Just so you can keep that damn peach. You using your damn family and their trauma to keep your job. And it's other ways that you can keep your fucking job. There's other ways to do that. There's other ways that you can sit up here and be entertaining without doing stuff. I mean, I learned that I can be entertaining without all the extraness, all the extra cussing, all the yelling and screaming, even though yelling and screaming is my forte, only yell and scream when I'm agitated, but I'm still trying to get used to that. But I'm, I know that even when I censor myself, I'm still enjoyable to watch. So I ain't got to do all the extra to get people to sit down and look at me. I don't. Period. You don't have to do all this extra shit to get people to sit down and look at you, but you are insecure about your position. That's why you doing so much. And that's why you want the validation from these same women that you don't fucking like. The same women that you don't even care for. You want the validation to feel good about yourself. And you know what? That can be true. That might be true. Because guess what? I have wanted validation from people that did not even like me anyway. Like, I wanted people to like me. I wanted people to, accept me for who I am, enjoy the things that I do. That was me. I wanted that validation. And that comes from childhood trauma as well. I wanted that validation. I wanted that. I needed somebody to tell me, good job, even if they didn't like me. Good job. Keep doing your thing. Even I already had people that actually loved me and liked the things that I did. But I also wanted that approval from the people that really didn't care for me anyway. Why? I don't know. But then again, I do know why. It was a product of my own insecurities that I'm still working on. So it's kind of like, if I'm 34 and I can own that, you in your late 40s can definitely own that, Marlo. Why are you looking for validation from people that you don't even like, that you don't even care for, that you don't even see it for like that? It's always about what somebody didn't do for you all the time. It's always about that. Why you can't do nothing for your damn self? That'd be the kicker for me. Oh, this lady, I'm telling y'all, this lady make all of us Aquarians look bad. And the sad thing about it, like I said, the lady is a February Aquarius, honey. And I'm a February Aquarius. I'm not claiming her. She don't represent me at all. So no, ma'am. But she probably do, because I just sat here and I understood her feelings of validation and insecurity. I just flat out did that. So it may be seeing a part of me in Marlo that I don't necessarily care for. It could be that, I don't know. But anyway, let's get into the rest.
So she likes to use her nephew, it seems like.
Well, yeah, but that, that's an ongoing thing. He's actually, they're actually living with her. So I guess, they would be a part of her story. But in this situation, like, why would you go open up the wounds of your family about a death in the family from 3 years ago? I'm like, lady, I'm already dealing with a traumatic experience that happened to my family member who worked at the restaurant. My cousin, he worked at Blaze. It wasn't at LLG, but I'm already dealing with that. You don't went from that to try to put a whole girl in my life. Like, girl, leave me alone. Like, I don't even know what you're talking about. Get away from me with this. That's how I feel. Oh, this other thing. Can somebody explain to me why she's sitting on there talking about I was supposed to help her get a permit? It's my fault now that Marlo can't get her record expunged.
Kandi, who says she's worldwide and she helps the world.
Why is she?
You've never helped me get my charges expunged.
The audacity of this woman to go around and say, I never tried to help her. It's ridiculous to me. Like, I've actually helped this woman or tried to help her get to the real bag. Like, I literally have helped her get her on the show, which she fucked up. Not me. Shit, you should have used that money from that show that you would have had if you would have done it for a lawyer, especially if you saying I never helped you. Girl, I helped you when nobody was even checking for you, when you got put off the show. But girl, I was for you when it counted.
So why do you think that everything in her life, present and in the past, like, it's kind of like, I want to say she would blame you for foster care if she could.
Why is everything my fault? I don't know. I'm confused, y'all. Why is everything my fault all of a sudden? I mean, half the time that Marlo's been on this show, she used to talk crap and talk crazy to everybody about me, even though coming into this, she knew me before all of them. I mean, I did know her before, but honestly, I did not know her to be like that. She came on the show from the time she started way back, how many seasons ago, against me. But yet, in this day and age, she's acting like I'm supposed to have fixed and made everything right in her life.
Not at this big age.
I am so confused. Like, I guess I'm the mayor for real, the way they was on there talking about it. I'm supposed to help her get her record expunged. I was supposed to help her I don't deal with that type of stuff. Like, I don't know how to help you get your record expunged. That I don't know. Like, you got some history on your record and you got multiple charges. Like, not just one thing. So, like, can you even expunge all that? Like, that girl got so many mugshots. That girl got more mugshots than I got restaurants. She got more mugshots than I got. Well, I don't know about businesses. I got a lot of business. I don't know. She got a lot of mugshots too. That's just like, what? She's never even mentioned to me expunging a record. Now, to be clear, I am one of those people who try to help you figure some stuff out. But she ain't even brought that up to me before. So I don't even know how I was supposed to think to go get her record expunged. Why would I think to get her record expunged? Like, what that got to do with me?
I remember Todd said, I think on Speak On It last year, that
one of the things that Kandi just said is one of the things that I said in the previous video, where I said when Marlo first came on this show back in season 4, she was coming at Kandi, calling her big mama and all this other stuff, calling her sugar mama, saying she do this, she pay me in, she buy me in, she do this, she do that. She said all that about that lady when she first came on the damn show. So why now are you saying that she's a horrible person and she's not helping you? Girl, what does she need to help you for? I don't get what the she need to help you for if you came into this situation against her in the first place. Like, I don't understand this lady and the way that she thinks. And on top of that, Kandi just flat out say you ain't never talked to her about, getting your record expunged. And even then, what can she do? Marlo, that girl is something crazy. Like, for real, for real. Like, she is. I don't get her. I don't. Let's continue, though.
she called him and she needed help. You guys were trying to find something for her. And that's when you guys were coming up with the show.
Yes, when she's asked me for help.
I also need help with my record, my life, my.
Yeah. No, she's never told me that before. This is new to me.
Now that you said that, how many people on this cast is that will do anything saying?
Oh, I think just really Marlo. I think she's like the one that was because she wanted it so bad.
You think that's what? So you think that she's doing anything or saying anything just because she wants to be here?
Well, that's how she came in. She came in just saying anything.
You don't think that's her personality? You think that's part of her being a part of the show?
You wear Target, sweetheart. I wear designer every day. My toothbrush is designer.
Come on, man. If that was her personality, you would have heard about her in the streets doing that beforehand. There's some natural haters on your show, and they gotta naturally hate you.
Oh.
No, they're not. I'm just saying it is what it is, man.
It's a lot of stuff that's coming out her mouth that is new to me. I don't like what she's doing right now. I don't like it at all. Like, I think this is so crazy for her to try to make a story out of this. And then that whole thing with her yelling at Drew anyway. Like, if you wanted to go that hard and if you felt that strongly about it, why you didn't go hard on me? She sat there, and our conversation back and forth was longer than that too last week, when she was trying to be like, oh, so you're not going to talk about the thing? And I was like, oh, we can talk about it, but let's talk about you cutting that lady in her face first. Because on some real stuff, I feel like she's been on this show all this time, and we have yet to really get to the nitty gritty of her really explaining who she is, right? Who she is. We know she's had charges, but she's never really, really gone into detail. It's always very surface, and she floats over it. And they let her float over it last week too, because as soon as I said it to her, she tried to like, oh, y'all always want to bring up blah blah blah.
Everyone loves to bring up things with my past, my mugshot.
Turn around, yeah, bitch. If you want to bring up some bullshit to me, I'm gonna start bringing up bullshit to you. My whole thing, and normally I wouldn't do people like that, especially bringing up real hurtful trauma situations.
But is it hurtful to her? We don't know. She's never talked about it. We don't know if she's hurt by it.
I went into last season like, I'm going to give them the same energy they've been giving me. And I feel like every time there's a moment that they feel that they can make into a moment at my expense, they do it. So I was giving her a taste of her own medicine. Girl, I'm going to do a you on you. And yeah, you see they cut that conversation real short because they never really allow us to go into her charges, the realty. They never allow us to do that. And I'm like, okay.
But by her knowing this, why? I mean, nothing makes sense to why, but she knows she's dodging in her scene. She knows she's never shown her life. And she's like, oh, I know. They always want to bring this up. But you're in current day in interviews saying you don't even show your life as Kandi, but we don't know Marlo.
No, we don't know Marlo. Y'all have gotten to know everybody. Y'all know my cousins, my aunties. Y'all know my mama, my daddy. Y'all got all kinds of stuff. They done pulled up people from my past. They done did it all to me. So I don't even understand what they be talking about when they try to say Kandi doesn't show anything. Like, girl, gone. You need to find someone other than me to play with. That's what you need to do, because it's going to get worse. Like, the more you come playing with me with your BS, the more I'm going to come at you. And that's just the way I roll. You try me, then yeah, you're going to get what you asked for. That's just the way it works. I mean, Courtney, I'll let you know now, you might want to stop.
Sounds like there's some empathy missing there.
You might want to stop. Because I really went in on her at that little luncheon and they didn't show it all. I did call the people. I'm like, now how come y'all cut back all the stuff that I was saying, to Courtney at the Drew and Candace event? They showed y'all like a little bit of it. But they said because I guess she's not one of the main peach holders. They didn't want to go too much into that. Yeah, I'm like, I don't care if these women are peach holders or not. Let me tell y'all something. If they're peach holders or not, they can still get it. If you on this show coming for me, you can get it. Meaning, get the business. I don't mean get it in a nice way. You can catch the business if you want to come at me with that BS. Now, she over here talking about she Olivia Pope.
I can be a real life Olivia Pope.
More like Olivia Nope.
Maybe it's security. Maybe she needs
Maybe it's the culture that she creates.
Yeah, because I didn't like that comment. I didn't like that. I think everybody around the world should know that in the last few years, there have been a lot of violence. It's been a rise.
And Courtney just need to go. I'm always excited for new people to come on this show and all that other shit, but she needs to go. I'm just being honest. She needs to go. She needs to fucking go. Like, I'm sick of Courtney. Like, it's crazy to me. And the way that she just harping on this Kandi thing and jumping to the side of Marlo, and it's obvious what this is. Like, it's obvious, but they want to talk about alliance. People want to talk about alliances. It's clear that it's an alliance with Marlo, Sheree, and damn Courtney, and Sanya too. All of them is a part of a damn alliance, honey. But let's continue.
And violent acts and criminal activities, especially during that quarantine time. Things are just now, things that seem like Atlanta is getting a little bit better right now. But during those years of when we was really having drama, like the real criminal stuff making the city go crazy, that was not just happening in Atlanta. It was happening all over the world. And it wasn't just happening at our restaurant. It was happening all over. Okay. So you can't just say, oh, Kandi is making this happen. It's nothing that I'm doing. Now, what I will say is I definitely believe in providing jobs to all.
As a crisis manager, everyone deserves a fresh start.
You know what I mean? And that's something that I do because our community needs jobs.
And if there's anything I can do, I certainly will.
If we supposed to not ever be around anybody and not work with people who have a criminal history in their background, then Marlo wouldn't be here.
Everyone deserves a fresh start.
Yeah, so I just They done annoyed the shit out of me. Anyway, let me move on along, honey. I've been giving them way too much of my time because I already know the other stuff is going to be coming up in the coming weeks, and I'll be ready to let her ass have it again. This trip, these ladies, it started off good, it seemed like. But then, obviously, it goes left.
That's not the
But it
truth.
was something that triggered you, right?
Any trip that the group takes always goes left. So, you know, they were all just not... Oh, wait, I had to say something. Why are these old ladies over here acting like they ain't never licked a little booty before?
She was like, well, it was all good when I was eating your booty.
I was just sitting there like, they were like, oh my God, Kenya.
I've never eaten a booty.
You ate booty before?
Have you eaten booty? If my husband were to his ass in my face,
These fake classy bitches. I told y'all I do not like them.
I don't even know what to do down there. Like, Kenya, what did you do when you did it?
I don't like that. I don't like when they get on this show trying to pretend they never did nothing, never done nothing.
I don't mind, but I ain't no booty.
Then as soon as the camera go off, they'll be, oh, and I like doing this. I'm like, oh my gosh, you could have heard some of the stuff. We'll get there later. But I just like, but now I said, oh my God, has she licked booty before?
Kenya, you've done it before.
Chime in below if you licked a little booty before, if you tossed a salad or two. I didn't even know that was popular back then, Kenya. Okay, that would explain why y'all.
But see, here's another thing about that too. It's funny how they're having that particular conversation on that bus. But yet, if Kandi was having that conversation, then it'll be a big problem. Oh, she talk about sex all the time. Oh, she's just obsessed with sex. If she had that conversation, it would have been an issue. But look at them having that same conversation about. Child, let's continue.
Why y'all don't keep no men around? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just joking. I mean, I would say that's not even a big deal. You be down there sucking on the balls and licking on the balls. I'm sure you done licked around there before. I see they over there trying to kick down doors at the hotel. Then old Kenya got hot.
Summer! What's wrong with you? Nothing, Summer!
Right? She came to the door, guns blazing. Sound like, ooh, I can't wait to see next week.
I'm dizzy and having a hard time breathing.
Oh, it's sidebar. While I was out of town having my good old vacation, I wasn't even on the gram at first, but then I went on the gram and I saw I was tagged on some BS. Somebody had DM'd me a Marlo interview. And, you know, everybody in my crew was like, we didn't want you to see that. We didn't tell you about it. I was like, why? Okay. Well, at least she said that she ain't never seen that from me, but talking about I worn fake labels. Please stop. First of all, I do not wear fake labels. You were barking up the wrong tree with that. Come with something else to say about me. That was stupid.
Well, we got 5 minutes left.
To say what?
Well, I mean, everyone said enough about how Todd is a stand-up guy, but you know, is there anything good to see in the future with you and Mama Joyce?
Well, first of all, Todd is amazing. I got you, babe. I got you, babe. We just got here at the hotel. I got Toby and Christina in my background. I'm excited. This is my first time ever coming to Turks and Caicos. Oh goodness, he said I got a cut. And that's my boo. I love him so much. He gave me the trip of life. It was awesome. This time of the filming of the show, it was really tough, you know, with our family, because every time we have drama on the show, it ends up spilling over into real life. So yeah, when my mom said the stuff about at BravoCon last week that they showed, it was happened last November. It really did put like a little wedge between us for a while, where the communication wasn't that good. We wasn't really around each other. I'm talking about what was on off and on filming or whatever. And we're just now getting to a good place again in the last month. I mean, my mother and I got a little bit better earlier this year, a couple of months ago, but Todd and my mom really just started talking again probably a month and a half ago. Maybe, I don't know, something like that. Not that long, you know what I mean? They're back to being nice to each other again and communicating, but for a while, for some months, it was like they were separated. Like one came around, the other wouldn't, you know.
What did you do for Christmas?
When my mom was there, when she came by, did she come by that time? Or was it Thanksgiving? I don't know. One of them, when she came, he left. Yeah, she did come by, and he just left. As soon as she pulled up, he was gone. He went to the, you know, we got a house and a guest house. So he made sure he went to the other house. He wasn't trying to be around. So that's what I mean. It really makes a real drama or turmoil in the family when stuff like this happens on the show, or you know, at BravoCon or whatever. It's always a mess. And you know what, I'm assuming my mama didn't really like watching it back the other day, because ever since when I got back home the other day, she didn't have a lot of conversation for me. She was just like, hey, okay,
That's
yeah,
what I was wondering,
bye.
how's everybody out with the girls? Like, because now that it's reliving.
Well, I don't know if the girls even watch like that. Todd, he definitely don't. But I think my mom must have, because she was acting weird. But we had made a pact that we was not gonna fall out again when this show aired. So I'm hoping that's not why she was acting funny the last couple of days. But we'll see. Because I don't really want to rehash the same mess over and over again. But yeah, so y'all, I am living my best life outside of the drama with these girls. Sidebar, Kenya and Mayetta came on my birthday trip, and it was lit. We had so much fun. Oh yeah, and AK, well, we call her AK, but her name is Akila. She's They showed her in episode 2. She was there as well. But yeah, they really made my trip. They were a part of making my trip special. So. Yeah, man, we building moments outside of these cameras. I don't know what the other one's doing. We got real stuff. They over there, they seeing what they can make up. They up here. Ooh, let me bring up something from 4 years ago. Anyway, guys, thank you for tuning in. Please make sure you follow.
Okay, so that was Kandi speak on it, and it was amazing. Of course, I enjoyed it. She said a lot of things that I've been saying, a lot of things that I agree with, and this is why I'm Team Kandi all the time. I'ma always be Team Kandi. I was Team Kandi before the goddamn Kandi and the Gang. What is it? I still got that shit back there. The shit that they sent us. I was Team Kandi before then. I was Team Kandi before the interview. Okay, I've been Team Kandi. Even though I had to yank her wig a couple of times, but I've been Team Kandi. But, and you know I would yank her wig whenever, and you know that I would call her out when she needs to be. But this particular season, is really no need for me to call her out. The only time I really call her out was about the Mama Joyce thing, and she needs to be called out about that, most definitely. But all in all, these girls really are coming at her for really no reason. They are coming for her for no reason. And the only thing that a lot of these people that watch the show can say is that they're making her work for her check. And no, it's a bit much in my opinion. Like, I'm not really for that. Like, if you're gonna make her work, at least make her work for something that's more organic. This stuff right here is not organic at all. I don't know what the hell they trying to do or what they think they doing, but it ain't cute. It ain't good. I don't like it. It's absolutely stupid, and it is what it is. That's all I really got on it, child. So yeah, Marlo is stupid. She's doing whatever she can for a storyline, and it's not looking too good for her. I'm normally not one of the ones that want people to be fired all the time, but I just need for them to just let her go. She need to go for real, because Marlo is not really doing anything compelling to me, and she just pulling out anything out of her little magic hat for a storyline, and it's just not working out for her. Absolutely not. I don't like it at all. So that's about it. That's really all I got for that. With that being said, hold on, y'all. Anyway, with that being said, y'all, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. The next video that I put out will also be commentary, and it will be commentary on Carlos King's, because he kind of drugged the shit out. He read Marlo down. I don't care how he tried to place it. I don't give a damn if that's his friend. He read her down. But I'm going to get my commentary on it too. So this is the day of the commentaries, okay? This is the day of the commentaries, all right? So with that being said, y'all, this be your boy, Scotty by Nature TV. Be sure to like, rate, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And also click on that notification bell so you can be notified whenever a video drops. And if you want to follow me on any form of social media, my Twitter, my Instagram, and my TikTok will be down below in the description box. Make sure y'all follow me on IG, because that's normally where I'm at. I'm always on Instagram. My Instagram is funny. I don't really post a lot of personal things up there, like my friends in real life. Like, I don't really be posting them up there like that, like my childhood friends, stuff like that. Like, I post them here and there on my Instagram, but they're mainly on my Facebook, and not too many of y'all are on my Facebook. Some of y'all have found me on Facebook and wound up on my friend list, so y'all see everything on my Facebook. But my Instagram is mainly for my YouTube. I mainly post people that y'all know, like my real friends that y'all know on there. And I'll come on Twitter here and there to vent or to talk about the shows or just whatever. So yeah, so make sure y'all follow me. I'm trying to get my social media and stuff up, get my social media followings up. But with that being said, y'all, this be your boy Scotty, and your boy's up out of here. Until my next video, I'll talk to you guys a little bit later. Bye.